So all I want you to do right now is just 3 shrugs. Shrug, high elbow, 3. You can go now. Good. Nice, guys.
Like, I would see the women on TV lift really heavy things, and I was like, oh, I'll never be able to do that. That's really cool. I wish I could do that. I always expected to keep it light or body weight. I just was strictly trying to do it to gain, leg strength, glute strength, so my back wouldn't hurt me so much. I didn't really care about lifting heavy, and I honestly didn't think I could.
What motivates you?
What motivates me? Honestly, I hadn't thought about it, but when you said it, the first thing that popped in my head was that little girl who was so insecure. That myself is just, I don't want to let that little girl down, and I don't want others to feel the way I did.
Nice, Cody, perfect. Perfect, good. Nice, Nick, good.
This is Brittany Hoover. She's a coach and yoga instructor at CrossFit Chesapeake.
I get up, take care of the mini animals that I have. I'm a big animal person. So I'm an attorney. I love my job because I get to serve the public, which is nice. We also get to telework a few days a week, which makes coaching and training pretty easy for me. I can just close my laptop, move on, go work out, train others for 1 to 2 hours a day. So I love my job.
Yeah, look at that squat. Good job. Keep your chest out. You're almost there. Come on, girl. Yeah, great job.
For myself, my main goal, the reason I started, is to change people's lives. I'm sure that's the mission of almost every coach at that gym. Whether they might have other things they're trying to achieve, but everyone truly wants to change people's lives. CrossFit changed my life. So. I was about 8 years old. I was in 3rd grade, and my dad noticed my back didn't look normal, and he told my mom, hey, maybe go up and look at Brittany's back. And she was like, definitely doesn't look normal. No one told me anything, so she just took me to my pediatrician, and he was like, oh, she definitely has scoliosis of some sort.
Idiopathic scoliosis, to be exact, meaning there's no definite cause. Scoliosis is defined as a curvature in the spine greater than 10 degrees, causing the bones of the spine to twist or rotate so that instead of a straight line down the middle of the back, the spine looks more like the letters C or S. The curvature of Brittany's spine was 55 degrees. The only remedy was surgery.
However, I was only 8, so once you have the surgery, your growth is stunted forever. And then sometimes if you have it really bad, they will do it and then come back and undo it to let you grow and then redo it. So the spine surgeon didn't want that to happen, so he braced me for 2 years. I wore a huge back brace for 22 hours of the day. That was actually probably the hardest part because kids can be really mean. Like, they would call me Quasimodo and like push me down the stairs. They thought it was funny because I couldn't get up. I think society puts a lot of stock in how you look. And so that really hurt my self-esteem. I didn't think I was pretty, didn't feel good about myself, didn't have many friends. And that was 2 years of my life at a very formidable time. And then I'd have to get checkups. And one day I went in and the curve had grown to above 60 degrees. And at that point, it starts to crush your organs. A lot of people with severe scoliosis can't breathe very well. And he said that they couldn't wait any longer.
Brittany's spine was fused, reducing her S-curve to 28 degrees at the top and 35 degrees at the bottom. After a year of recovery, Brittany was told she could never play contact sports, do gymnastics, or perform any repetitive movements. The recommended options for the rest of her life were minimal activity like walking and light yoga.
After the surgery, I looked more normal, whatever that means to people, but I was still a little different because I couldn't lift anything. I wasn't allowed to carry my books. And so I met a girl named Sarah. She's still my best friend. And she always carried my books for me and everything. And we've been friends. That's how we became friends. My mother never acted like anything was wrong with me. In fact, the opposite. You know, if I did say my back hurt, she'd be like, you're fine. So went to dance, tried out for the cheer team, got on the cheer team. Just no one ever stopped me. And I just kept going with it. My goal that summer after recovery was done was to run 1 mile every day. And no one told me no. So I just did it, and I did it every day. I wanted the confidence, and I wanted something that no one could ever take from me. Like, maybe you think I'm ugly, maybe you don't like me, but I'm doing something that makes me feel good, that's positive. I didn't get extreme though until my early 20s, about 24. I eventually did 10 full marathons and 2 ultras, several halves and 10Ks in between. However, I noticed about 25, my back was hurting me a lot. And I was running like 70 miles a week. And so of course the doctors were like, you need to stop and maybe just try to swim. So I did my own research, and I realized I probably needed to strengthen some muscles because I am doing just the same muscle groups over and over again.
Brittany moved to Baltimore after graduating from law school, and it was in Charm City that her research led her to the doorstep of CrossFit.
I had no expectations. I really thought what they did was like flip tires and stuff. I was like, that sounds cool, I'll try that. It became pretty addictive. That's how I met my husband. My husband actually cared a lot about my form. I was scared when I started CrossFit about lifting, so I slowly tested the waters. Like, you know, it didn't hurt me to snatch 65 pounds today. Maybe I will try to go a little heavier. And that's kind of how I've approached it. I've been cautious, but I've just tested it slowly. And I've done a lot of yoga, a lot of PT, probably more than other people do to support my back. But it was just like a slow, I can actually lift. I can actually back squat. I can do these things. It's not hurting me. I actually feel pretty good. Running is one of the only times that I don't think. And I feel like in life, you're always worried about this, you hear other people, but when you're running, the only thing you can do is run. Focus on your breath. It's almost like a moving meditation. I love running. It's always like my first love, and I still run all the time. But I wish I would have found CrossFit first, because this is the least amount of pain at 30 I've ever been in. And I've been in pain since I was 8 years old. I think I see myself in almost everyone. I think everyone has something they're going through, whether it's, you know, a physical issue, a mental issue. What fitness gave to me isn't just physique, it's that confidence. Like, I've always been a more muscular girl. And like, so even after the back surgery, when I looked normal, I still got called thunder thighs, right? And I was really in shape. But CrossFit, it's like, it's cool now. Thunder thighs are cool, you know? Like, no one really cares if you have a six-pack or if you're super jacked. That might happen, but it's more like, oh, I lifted heavier than I did 3 months ago. I'm running faster. It's not based on, you know, appearance or what you do for a living. It's based on how you're performing, which I think is a way better indicator.
All right, walk around, get your heart rates down. Good job. Good job, Nick.
You're only as limited as you think you are. If you limit yourself, you will stay there. If you expand your horizon, there is no limit to what you can do. Sometimes I'll see maybe a weight that's a little heavy for me, and I'll think maybe I should scale, or maybe it's too much. And really, I'm like, there's nothing really that I can't do, right? I've shown myself that I can.
Bless my soul, I was born to be a champion. My feet don't fail and my heart don't bleed. When it all hits the fan, I'll be the last one standing. So the games that you play got nothing on me.